my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, let's talk about Cuba. What's happening with Cuba? And I'm using Granny's postcard tarot because it's a vacation hotspot, and that's where you send a postcard home from. I don't know, do people send postcards anymore? Wish you were here. I'm not sure. Anyways, let's check it out. What's going on with Cuba? Will they give in to the United States, become a part of the United States? Is it a trick? Send us some oil and we'll sign the papers, and then no, viva la Cuba. What's going on with Cuba? What's going on with Cuba? Is Cuba already lost? Apparently they've had 3 months without any oil and the total blackout. The island is in blackout, and you have to remember it's hot there and sticky. Like, what about a fan? Like, how are you keeping your food cold? And I think it went on for 2 or 3 nights, no electricity, the whole island black. And then the president came and said something, we're willing to make a deal with the United States, and everyone's like, what? I was hoping Canada was next. We've got drugs and oil. Let's find out. Cuba. Have you been to Cuba? We've been to Cuba. We went once. I don't think we'll ever go again. And we stayed at it, they advertised it as one of the nicest hotels, and oh my God, the food was just brutal, really brutal. Service was great. The people were really great. Beaches were clean. But when you go through Havana and you see the destruction, it's cool to see all those cars, but what Cuba could have been, wow, just really rattles. 3 of Cups in reverse. All right, well, that's telling me that they are not having fun at all. They are not having fun whatsoever. Actually, alliances are falling apart. Well, of course, they don't have Venezuela there anymore. Not too sure. I believe Russia sent them a flotilla or something, or China, all their typical buddies. The Hanged Man in reverse. Okay, well, they're definitely going to be unshackled from communism. Absolutely going to be unshackled from communism. The Fool, look at that. No money. They're on an island. Look at that card. On and out of money, on an island. This almost looks like the Cubans from the 1950s when communism, when Trudeau's dad took over. Wow. Right there. They want a fresh new beginning. They're out of money. 9 of Cups in reverse. 9 of Cups in reverse. And the 7 of Cups in reverse. It's interesting. This 7 of Cups has food, and it's in reverse. I'm wondering if some of the things that we've seen, especially with this 9 of Cups in reverse, is a lot of fake news. We might be being gaslit by some of it. 9 of Cups upright can be your wish. You could also be smug and a glutton and whatnot, but it's in reverse. So this is not the way they were hoping it would turn out. I'm going to say that alliances are falling apart, and so is the communism. They are out of money. They're on an island unto them own. And you think about these ships way in the distance. So way in the distance is China and Russia and India and anybody else who can help them. They're way out in sea. None of them are coming into shore to help them out. This is not the way they were hoping things would go. And there might be some kind of fakery gaslighting going on. I'm not saying the people aren't suffering, but it could be self-imposed as well. It could be the government making things look worse than they are. Like, how do you starve on an island when you're surrounded by a sea of fish? Anyways, Four of Wands in reverse. Yeah, we're seeing the end of Cuba. We're seeing the funeral of Cuba. Strength in reverse. Yeah, they have nothing to offer. Absolutely nothing. They are on their knees. The Star in reverse on top of the Nine of Cups. These are the two wish cards. Wow, they are done. Cuba is done. No hope. No hope whatsoever. None. None. None? Eight of Wands. Incoming. Incoming. Interesting, this is in the dark. Communicating with the world. We have no food. We have no electricity. Like, what refrigerators are keeping their food cold? What fans can they run in that heat? What air conditioning can they run in, to keep things normalized? The Hermit. They're sitting there waiting. They've sent out the signals. I'm getting that they haven't heard anything back. Nine of Wands in reverse. They're embattled, and they will be for quite a while. They're quite embarrassed. They're quite embarrassed that they are so unsuccessful. They're quite embarrassed that they have run out of money, that they look like fools, that no one is coming to help them. Oh. Look at interesting, this card. So in this deck, this card here, you shuffle, 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 and then wherever this card breaks is your answer. And this card was right here. So what's the answer here? Death in reverse. The end of Cuba. The end. The end. I don't even know if I need to read anymore. We are seeing the end of Cuba as we know it, the Communist Party. They're embarrassed, they're embattled, there's no hope of getting out of it. They've lost their alliances. They're sending a Hail Mary. Nobody's coming yet. Nobody's coming. You know what? I'm going to pull one card. Is the United States going to take Cuba? Is the United States going to take Cuba? Is the United States going to claim Cuba? Is the United States going to claim Cuba? Wouldn't that be full circle? Because isn't that part of the Spanish War? They gave up Florida in exchange for Cuba or something. Anyways, are the United States going to claim Cuba? One card. Is the United States, actually let's put this one in and let's try that again. Is the United States going to claim Cuba? Is the United States going, that's actually kind of a neat feature when you see that in a deck. Is the United States going to claim Cuba? Is the United States going to claim Cuba? And then wherever that card is, that's where your answer is. So we have to look this way. Is that it? There it is. Ooh, the Chariot in reverse. Chariot is the United States because the Chariot is a Cancerian country. And this is showing that right now, the United States has their own problems. The United States doesn't really have time to deal with this right now. And then what's this one on the other side? Six of Cups. Six of Cups. That's definitely a yes card. Definitely a yes card. Plus, it also tells me that there is the connection. Remember I was saying wasn't there some kind of connection that they traded Florida for Cuba or something like that? So it's almost like Florida and Cuba are reunited. So I'm going to say yes eventually. and Florida and Cuba will be reunited as one. But this chariot here in reverse is telling me not right now. The United States has enough on their plates. They are doing other things, and so not right now, but eventually, yes. Cuba and Florida will be reunited. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Please take good care. See you online. Over and out.